We begin with the front runners in the presidential race already focusing on November and sharpening their attacks. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton are slamming each other in a preview of their likely matchup in November. But there are still primary contests to come in several states. Clinton still has to think about Bernie Sanders. She needs another 144 delegates to clinch her party's nomination.
There are two Democratic primaries today. 74 delegates are at stake in Oregon and 60 delegates in Kentucky. Nancy Cordes is at a school in Lexington, Kentucky, where the polls are open. Nancy, good morning.
Good morning. And both campaigns assume that Sanders will win the very progressive state of Oregon. But in the absence of much polling, Kentucky is a little harder to predict. On the one hand, this is a closed primary, meaning that the independent voters who often favor Sanders can't vote. On the other hand, Clinton did poorly in neighboring West Virginia last week, a loss that she's been trying to counteract here.
I am hoping and really looking forward to debating Donald Trump in the fall.
At her final Kentucky event last night, Clinton treated supporters to some debate prep, anticipating Trump's lines on jobs.
And if one answer is, I'm going to do it, I know how to do it, I'll get it done, but I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do.
She did not mention the man who is likely to beat her today in one and possibly two states. Sanders spent the day in Puerto Rico, which doesn't vote for about 3 weeks, a signal that he intends to go the distance.
If elected President of the United States, you will have an ally in the Oval Office.
His tenacity in the final stretch has forced Clinton to campaign in primary states that likely won't be competitive in the fall. Still, Democratic leaders won't pressure Sanders to drop out.
Right now, we have two great candidates.
They're being careful not to alienate his millions of supporters.
Bernie Sanders is broadening the universe of people who are paying attention to the political process.
Do you think he's hurting your likely nominee?
No, I think Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton and the Democrats have a message focused on helping the middle class.
To help Clinton, one of the biggest Democratic super PACs has begun airing its first anti-Trump ads ahead of schedule.
You know, you could see there was blood coming out of her eyes, blood coming out of her wherever.
One features women lip-syncing some of Trump's most divisive lines about women.
Does she have a good body? No. Does she have a fat ass? Absolutely.
It is no accident that this first group of ads focuses on women. According to our exit polling in 2012, women made up 53% of the electorate, and right now they hold overwhelmingly negative views about Trump. If the Democrats can cement those views now, Gail, it means Clinton will have a much easier time in the fall.
All right. Thank you, Nancy.